Hello everyone, my name is Marta and I'm here today to speak about interpersonal mindfulness and how clinicians can use it to benefit their clients. First, let me start by sharing my understanding of interpersonal mindfulness. For me, interpersonal mindfulness is when I'm continuing to be aware of my inner states and when I interact with others. So I know I can perceive what's happening to the other person at the same time to be able to know what's happening with me. I normally like to follow a few steps to help me to remain mindful during my interactions. I starting by setting intention to be present. Then I draw my attention to my body and use it as an anchor throughout my interaction. And then like an open awareness to sense my space. From there, I expand my awareness to others. So to take that the perception, and it's here where deep listening happens. So a listening that you're not there to analyze what you're hearing, you're also not there to judge, but to enter the client world and perceive what he is perceived. Put yourself in his position, and then there's a sharing of experience and feelings of what you perceived during your interactions with your client. The question here is how to remain open and avoid burnout. Since when you open now our heart to really welcome and to be enter to the other person perception world, we are vulnerable there now to having listening so much suffering, despair, anger, and be able to stay clear and continue willing to help and to engage with that person. So um, it's had to have a ways how you can continue be able to open yourself to others and also to expand your awareness. So Buddhism talk about the cultivation of mind states that help us to do that, like love and kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. It's a simple exercise where you amend those mental states to yourself first, then to someone dear to you, then to someone neutral, and then at the end to someone that is you have difficulties. I draw a parallel in my reflection paper between the four immeasurable and Carl Roger three core conditions of therapeutic change. What Carl Roger and his view thought that empathy, unconditioned positive regard, and congruence will be elements now sufficient to promote healing and growth. In a nutshell, I saw those elements will be like if you have patience, love, and wisdom, and that will can promote healing and a change. So how to sustain it? In my view, we will need to now. I like to the beginning of the day set an intention to stay present for the next 12 hours. Continue with your daily formal practice of mindfulness and incorporate your mindfulness in your throughout your daily activities. I also like to spend time in nature and art, meditative practice, like painting, or that's anything that's draw you a little bit more to your inner world and have that solitude. So interpersonal match and interconnection, interdependence. I think as our awareness widens, we have that feeling, of a close connection with others, that sense that my happiness is your happiness, my suffering is your suffering, and uh, and that the understanding that the inner world is not something separate from your outer world, but something that involves together. So in that view, I do think that even the inner condition might have a strong impact how you shape our world and our outer conditions. So in conclusion, I believe that the ultimate benefit to have incorporate interpersonal mindfulness in your interactions with your clients is to to promote and mental flexibility, the ability to adapt to new position and to address change. As I mentioned before as well, another benefits to have interpersonal mindfulness is that it can, I think it helps you to create and build, you know, a therapeutic relationship with your client, a relationship that is based in, in support and trust, and then that your client uh, feels ready to open and to share their their perceptions with you. Thanks very much for listening.